Hiya, I'm Katie Owen and we're here at Sound City 2021. The festival is taking place at venues all across Liverpool's city centre and it sees some local, national and international talent playing side by side. We're going to be chatting to some amazing artists and finding out what's going on.
The only time I think we ever have a little bit of a panic because we want to make it special.
Hello, I am Baby Queen and it is very nice to meet you.
We know how to party in Liverpool and do you know what I mean? They know how to bring it to fans, and I've never had a gig where it's in this city where it's been flat by any means, do you know what I mean? And
Yeah. Jamie Webster is building up to the release of his second album, which will be coming out in January. We caught up with him in his hometown to find out more about it. So I'm now outside a very rainy Grand Central Hall and I'm joined by Jamie Webster. How are you feeling about tonight, Jamie?
good, looking forward to it. It's nice to be back. Obviously this festival rather, it's been in my city for years and years and I've been going to it as a spectator since I was about 15, so it's nice to finally be. Don't worry, I'm alright.
I feel so bad.
I'm used to this rain, don't worry about it. But yeah, it's nice to finally be going and playing and being on a co-headline slot later on at night. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good.
So you've got your second album coming out in January.
Yeah.
Are you excited? Tell us all.
I'm buzzing. We recorded it actually around your neck of the woods in Rockfield Studios in South Wales, which was an unbelievable experience just to record it. We worked with the top producer, Dave Eringer, who's produced the Manic Street Preachers and stuff like that for years and years and years. So, unbelievable experience to work with him. And the record in itself just sounds amazing, you know what I mean? It just sounds bigger and better than I could have ever expected. So yeah, the singles that I've released so far, it's been a buzz about them. People have been, you know, really complimentary of them, sending me loads of, you know, messages saying how good they are and how they can relate to it all. So that's what I'm looking for. So hopefully the album comes, we can get a nice chart position as well and see what goes from there, you know what I mean? But I'm looking forward to it all. I just wish it was out tomorrow though. That's the only thing with it.
That's the thing, waiting for it to come out is like that anticipation, but I'm sure you'll smash it.
How can you tell me that this is where it's at when all the clouds are calling the shots? How can you tell me that this is the dream?
Is there any like personal messages or political kind of undertones of the album?
Yeah, but the whole album is a
Yes.
the whole album's a political undertone really. Obviously my music in itself is quite political. It stands to the left, it stands with the socialists.
Yes.
And the second album sort of follows the same path, you know what I mean? It's real life. There's obviously, we've been through a massive up of the pandemic lately, so there's a few digs towards that, you know, a few just anti-establishment slander.
I love it, I love it. Like it's just ridiculous at the moment.
It is, but finally, you know, we're able to gig again. But yeah, the album's just got real life stories, it's got songs about the prison system, it's got my first and only love song that I've ever written, that's involved in it as well. The album's called Moments and it's basically just capturing loads of different moments in life that we all experience. And I'm just hoping that everyone can relate to it the way that I do and the people who've heard it so far do.
Back into you know, you're like, that's better than hearing you sing the old songs, to be honest with God, it's fucking amazing.
So how does it feel to play a gig at your hometown?
Look, playing gigs anyway, after what we've been through, is unbelievable, but you know, there's not like a home crowd. It's not just me who'll say it, there's, you know, hundreds and thousands of bands who'll say the exact same thing. There's not like a hometown gig. And I'm just fortunate that my hometown's Liverpool and we know how to party in Liverpool and do you know what I mean? They know how to bring it to fans, and I've never had a gig where it's in this city where it's been flat by any means, do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
so yeah, I don't know how many people are here to see me tonight. but you know, I'm hoping by the end of it they'll all be a fan of me.
I'm sure they will. Since the last time we spoke to Red Rum Club at Tramlines Festival, they've been on a UK tour. Let's find out the latest news from them ahead of their third album, which will be released in November. So we're now joined backstage with the lovely Red Rum Club. How are you doing, lads? Excited for tonight?
Very excited.
Very excited.
How is it to play a gig at your hometown, and how important are festivals like this?
It's very nerve-wracking. It's the only time I think we ever have a little bit of a panic, because we want to make it special. We know that there's a lot of friends and family there, and also it needs to be something extra. You know what I mean?
You think about things that you've never thought about, like should we get like, I don't know, like loads of confetti or like one of them waterfalls at the back, and like we'll proper Rihanna it.
Have you got any like extra stage stuff coming out, like confetti or diamonds?
No comment.
No comment. We'll have to wait and see.
No diamonds, can't afford the diamonds. Might have confetti though.
Maybe.
I think everyone's getting, it's like wedding confetti though that everyone throws. You know what I mean?
Everyone's
Well,
getting one party popper.
What would you like, Joe? What would you like on stage?
Just a fan to cool me down would be lovely, to be honest.
But you were,
Which I'm not allowed to get, am I, Neil?
Last time we saw you was Tramlines. What has happened since then?
Festivals after festival after festival, and we've released a new single, and we've began our tour. So we're on a UK tour now with 22 dates. This is the 5th night. It's just been non-stop. It's been amazing.
That sounds great. And you've got a new album coming out, third album in November. Tell us more about that.
It's the first proper album, isn't it?
Yeah. You can disregard the other two.
Really? Why? No, they're not. Cut that. No, I'm joking.
Good, but like we're just very, very proud of this one. Yeah, very proud of it.
Yeah, it feels like this album feels like we sort of we wrote this for us.
Yeah.
And recorded it, and for the other two it was we had to prove ourselves, and we wrote pop songs and we wrote indie songs for the sake of it, and they were all part of a purpose, and we loved them, and it'd been amazing. But this one, I think, is just a little bit more of us in it.
And a lot more time to actually do the writing part and getting it right beforehand.
Yeah.
Pretty much had like proper recordings of them before we even went into the studio, because we had so much time during the lockdown just to actually take a back seat and go, okay, let's try this, let's try that. And so it's just given us a lot of time with not having to play any gigs and stuff to actually focus on doing the record. So yeah, it's very good, like, I think.
This one's more personal.
Yeah.
Do you all do like a joint contribution to the songwriting, or is there one particular person? Or
Well, it's Art Thomas, my cousin, who's the guitarist. He's a whiz. If you look at him, he would. If you walked in here now, you'd think he was Carl Pilkington. At times you don't really get a word from him, but he says everything you need to say in a songwriting. And then he usually brings in the nucleus of an idea, and then we all build around it and add our individual like sort of elements and that. And then when the themes and that come about, and we all sort of speak about what the song's about, which is quite a unifying moment. You know what I mean? If someone's got something that's deep and like a little bit meaningful to them, and you say, listen, this you've got to be honest with the bandmates and say this is about this. And it can get deep at times, but it like brings us together. Do you know what I mean? We understand each other a little bit more. It's a good way of connecting.
I call it for you, 'cause the constant conversation that you put me through brings heaven to my world, keeps me on the line every time.
Circa Waves. How was that? Tell us all.
It was very special. We went out. It was the first ever support tour we've done, and we were very, very conscious of the fact that people were buying tickets for them, and not so much us. So we thought we'd go out and play to empty rooms, but I don't know whether it's the pandemic or whether it's us.
It's you guys. They're being modest.
But every time we walked out, it was a full room, and people were really up for a good night. And I think, I think it left a mark on us as well.
Yeah,
didn't it? Like we realised what being a band felt like again.
Didn't really feel like we deserved it. Like all these massive venues, we played these little ones like before the lockdown hit, but you'd take it any day, wouldn't you? Like I'd do it all again in a heartbeat for nothing. Like
Well, you're absolutely smashing it, and good luck for the rest of your tour. Thank you for talking to us.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
We caught up with Baby Queen and we asked her some quick fire questions to find out more about her music and her.
Hello, I am Baby Queen, and it is very nice to meet you.
My pretty girl style, super contrast, all the little kids cry, authenticity dies, and I just live the pretty girl life. Hey! How you guys doing?
This is my first time in Liverpool, and I love it. I've been riding around on electric scooters today, eating pizza. I will be back. My hometown is a city called Durban on the east coast of South Africa. It's quite boring, but it's got a really good beachfront. And it has, and it's close to the game reserve where you can go and see wild animals, which is really cool. My parents used to listen to like a lot of soul and funk music at home while I was growing up. My first musical memory would be like dancing around the living room when I was really little to Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder.
This is my internet obsession. This is why the kids have got depression. This is the reality we live in. This is my internet religion.
The first time that I really remember performing was when I told my singing teacher at school that I'd written a song, and she asked me to sing it in front of the whole school at the school assembly. And I had my little acoustic guitar, and it was still to this day the most terrifying experience of my life. I find writing music is like a really solitary experience, so I usually do most of the writing just like completely by myself. And what I usually do is create an instrumental track that kind of loops for a really long time, which is why a lot of my songs have like 2 or 3 chords, which my producer hates me for, but I like to focus on the lyric because that's like really the most important thing to me. So I'll just sit there for hours and like smash my brain against the wall trying to come up with something significantly important to say. I think, you know, a lot of the time it will be the name of the song, like Narcissist or Buzzkill, or like, you know, a name that I find really interesting and allows me to stick to a concept that is, you know, the broader the concept, the more difficult it is. The more narrow and specific the concept is, the more specific you can be. And, you know, sometimes the melody comes first, and sometimes it's like a little lyrical idea. Oftentimes the lyric and the melody will come together. And it's quite clear what that melody wants its lyric to be. I have just been on a group chat with the Baby Kingdom, which is what we call the Baby Queen fandom, right? And I've just rated my top 5, and I put a song called Raw Thoughts at the top with Want Me as number 2, but I'm starting to regret my decision, and I have recently been considering a little swap, and I think Want Me might be number 1.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for everyone we chatted to this weekend at Sound City. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to SoundON for more just like this.